Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Ockwell-Smith. Welcome to my latest SOS parenting video. So for those who don't know me, I have been writing books about gentle parenting for the last 13 years, and I've written 13 books. The one most relevant to this conversation today is something called the Gentle Parenting book. So I kind of wrote the book on gentle parenting. However, this is what I want this video to be about. The fact that people today, and I think this is largely stemmed from TikTok, but there seems to be an explosion of interest in gentle parenting, and it's all over the news, all over the media. And why? Because journalists seem to think that it is a new thing. It's a new trend stemming from TikTok. But I'm here today to tell you, it absolutely isn't. It has existed for long before the idea for TikTok was even dreamed up. It's existed for long before the idea of even Facebook was dreamt up. In fact, it has existed for hundreds of years. It's not a new thing. It's just a new name given to a specific style of parenting, which isn't new or trendy or alternative or mystical or whatever else you want to call it. It basically is just parenting in a way that has respect, understanding and empathy for children. So if I'm ever asked to kind of describe it in a nutshell, I always say, well, to me, it's just treating your kids in the way that you would have liked to have been treated as a child yourself. So there are some things that we will talk about in gentle parenting, things like consequences, discipline, rewards, punishment, sleep training. But I don't think they are what makes gentle parenting gentle parenting. What makes it gentle parenting is just that underlying kind of understanding and desire to learn about children and what they're capable of, having realistic expectations of them, and just kind of parenting kindly and respectfully with empathy. That really is it. So it's not a new thing. Doesn't matter how many new trends on TikTok there are. It has been going for hundreds of years because people have always parented this way. In fact, it's even been around more than hundreds of years, back to the sort of the dawn of our civilization. There would have been people who were naturally more gentle in the way that they parented. So what's happened really is over the last 10 to 15 years, more and more social media has come along, which means that more and more parents try to divide themselves into different labels so that they can join groups for gentle parents, or they can follow gentle parent hashtags and stuff like that. And we think it's new, but it really isn't new. But what happens when we think it's new is a lot of weird concepts get attached to it. And these are the things usually that the media pick up on because, hey, it makes a good story, doesn't it? Let's talk about the parents who never say no. Let's talk about the parents who try to be their child's friend rather than their parent. Let's talk about the parents who don't discipline their children. Let's talk about the parents who, I don't know, something weird and wacky and sleep with their children until they're 50 years old. All of these will be spoken about as if it's this new trend of gentle parenting, but it really isn't. What you tend to find is there are people who associate with gentle parents and believe they are one, but they also do their own stuff. But their own stuff, whether it's, really, really common, normal and mainstream, and whether it's a bit weird and wacky and out there, gets attributed as being gentle parenting, but it really isn't. That's just them doing their own unique thing. It doesn't fall under the umbrella of gentle parenting, but I guess that doesn't make for good headlines or good news stories. But the other thing I think that comes up most commonly about gentle parenting is people think it's permissive, and they think we're raising a generation of snowflakes where parents have no control over their children and don't say no. And do you know what? I have to say now that 90 to 95% of the videos that I see that are trending, whether we're talking Instagram Reels or TikTok, who talk about gentle parenting, and these videos that do get shared when they go viral and they get onto TV programs and stuff, I don't recognize them as gentle parenting. It's really, really confusing for me when I get sort of contacted by a journalist and say, oh, can I have your opinion on this gentle parenting video? And I'll watch it and I think, I don't recognize what this person is doing as gentle parenting. I think it's, remember what I said earlier, they might identify as a gentle parent, but they're doing their own thing. So commonly videos that talk about not saying no and then in child have like all the control and yes days and not telling them off or something like that. They're classed as gentle discipline, but they really, really aren't. I can absolutely promise you, I say no every day. Many times. I absolutely have discipline. I do make my children cry, or not so much now they're teenagers, but when they were little, I absolutely made them cry when I disciplined them, because we're trying to stop them from doing things. We're trying to stop them from hurting people and other things. We need to keep them safe. And sometimes we need to say no in a very stern way, or we need to move them away from a road or something, and they'll get upset. as they have every right to, but we will make them cry with our discipline because we need to stop them from doing something. So the thing that makes discipline gentle is we don't then just punishing them for having a problem. We'll talk through it and we'll teach them how to behave better. But we do make them cry, and we do have boundaries, and we do have rules, and we do have limits. And I don't sleep with my children until they're 50. I don't breastfeed them until they're 15. And I don't, have a commune in my garden where I home educate 30 children and grow my own lentils and all these other sorts of weird things that people think are gentle parents. And related to my newest book, How to Be a Calm Parent, I absolutely lose my shit all the time, and I'm a so-called gentle parenting expert. Gentle parenting followers are not calm all the time. We are normal humans. We absolutely lose our temper, and we do yell, and we do shout. What do we do afterwards? Then we heal, we make it right, we apologize. But we're normal and we are human, just like everybody else. We're really not that interesting. And, hopefully one day the media will understand that. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.